Ladies and gentlemen, I take pride in introducing the greatest show on earth.
Hi, everybody. This is Scott Gordon, and welcome to the Uncle Floyd podcast number 58. I visited Floyd on December 17th, 2025, and visited him in his room at the rehabilitation center where he is currently recovering from his stroke. I got there at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and Floyd had had a very busy morning of physical therapy, and he was quite fatigued, which you will hear in his voice as part of this podcast. He insisted on doing it because he didn't want to disappoint all of you. So here we go with Uncle Floyd podcast number 58. I'm Scott Gordon, and I'll be back at the end. All right, Floyd, here we go with the Uncle Floyd podcast number 58. Say hello to the people out there.
Hello, hello, hello. What a wonderful word, hello.
And we got some questions from people.
I love questions.
And let's see what they have to say. This is from Rich Nist. What were some of your favorite old TV shows that both of you enjoyed in the past? What were your favorite old TV shows, Floyd?
Mac and Meyer for Hire. That's one.
Got another one?
Abbott and Costello.
I love the Jackie Gleason show.
Well, that's in a league by itself.
The American Scene magazine one. That was yes. One of my favorites. That and the Hollywood Palace. I love those two shows.
You got me on those two.
The variety shows were my favorite. That's what I always thought. With December being here, he was wondering if you were fans of the Rankin Bass specials. You know, Frosty the Snowman and that kind of stuff. Did you like those shows?
No.
By the way, the Bottom Line book came out. It's getting great reviews. There's an entire chapter in there with you and me talking about working at the Bottom Line. A whole chapter. Billy Altman and Alan Pepper did a wonderful job on that book. There's even a picture of you and Oogie. And this is from Joe from Mawa. When you did the foreign language program, who came up with the sponsor, White Pigeon Meats?
Me.
Absolutely. That was the symbol of a lot of the Polish delicatessens.
White pigeon, yes.
And it's a white eagle. It was. So we called it White Pigeon Meats.
Not to be sued. Okay, buddy.
What was your favorite dish at the Belmont Tavern, he wants to know?
Chicken Savoy.
Chicken Savoy?
Yep.
I never had that there.
That was their sacred dish.
That sounds delicious.
Crispy on the outside.
Juicy on the inside?
Yep.
I think I dated her.
Okay.
All right. George Nist says he'd like to know when you both started the Uncle Floyd show, how old were you? Well, you started the show in 74, which was before I came. And if my math is correct, you would have been about 23 years old, Floyd.
Right.
And I came in 1976, and at that time, it was actually on my birthday. I just turned 27. It was the first show I did. Taping was on my birthday. Susie Tannenbaum says, the Uncle Floyd Show theme song that you composed is fabulous. I also loved With Variations, which was the theme song of the show when she first started watching in the late 1970s. How did you find With Variations?
In a stack of old records.
That was a movie theme. That was part of a theme from a movie Do you remember the name of the movie?
Go World Go.
Go World Go. That's right. What do you think makes a great TV theme song? I would think that the rhythm would be one of the most important things. Would you agree?
Oh, yes.
This is from Phil Scardilli of Spotswood, New Jersey. The Nostalgia Club bit where Michael is asking the chief questions was hilarious. Did you write all those questions that he asked you?
Yes, I did.
He says he guessed it is yes because nobody else would have known who Nestor Chilak was. He was, of course, an American League umpire from 1954 to 1978. So you must have done a sketch with Michael where you played Chester Chilak. This is from Robert Padron in Lodi, New Jersey. We know you like Abbott and Costello, the Three Stooges, and the others, but you don't hear much about Martin and Lewis. Personally, he thinks they deserve a lot of credit. What do you think of Martin and Lewis as a team, Floyd?
Fabulous.
I think they were an interesting pairing. They were two completely different individuals. You had Dean Martin, who was a smooth singer, and then Jerry Lewis, who was like so frenetic and eccentric that it was like two different poles of a magnet, which would attract each other. So it makes sense that they would work together. This is from Tim Ramsdell. He'd like to know what a few of your favorite all-time movies are so he can watch them.
How the West was one.
I don't know. I kind of like strange horror movies were my thing.
No, I didn't.
I like movies like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the ones that made no sense. Plan 9 from Outer Space. That's what I enjoyed. I guess my guilty pleasure. If you could have any 5 people from history for dinner, who would they be, Floyd?
George Washington.
George Washington, yeah.
Benjamin Franklin.
Okay, Ben Franklin, 2 of the founding fathers. What about anybody from Italy?
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus.
At this point, Floyd said he was extremely tired from the physical therapy he had in the morning and he would like to get some sleep. So I decided, and I discussed with him about me coming in earlier or maybe later on so that he would not be as tired out from the physical therapy session, which I will do for the next podcast. But just now, I want to remind you that you can watch clips of the old Uncle Floyd TV show by joining us every Tuesday night at 8 when we have a date to watch those things. You can join us at theunclefloydshow.tv. That's theunclefloydshow.tv, where we have those clips and I host it live and I answer questions that people type into the chat group. And we have a good time, we get a few laughs, and remember all the good Uncle Floyd Show stuff. Also, if you'd like to get a question into us here, like these good people today did, you can send that to ufpodcast@sge-inc.com. That's ufpodcast@sge-inc.com. This is Scott Gordon. Thank you so much for joining us for the Uncle Floyd podcast number 58, and we'll see you next time.
This program was produced in the studios of Scott Gordon Enterprises, Incorporated in Paramus, New Jersey.